Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And yes, we're still married. No, the devil hasn't nullified our marriage.
No.
Like Spider-Man and Mary Jane. I need to explain this to Geeky Sparkles. We're going to talk about...
I understand it now.
Yeah, I had to explain, like, wait, they were married, they're not married. Yeah, this is one of the most unpopular stories in Marvel Comics history is One More Day, where they nullified the marriage of Peter Parker and Mary Jane via Mephisto and magic and stuff, right? Well, not only are they not undoing it, and they kind of teased that they were going to undo One More Day and get them back together. Not only are they not undoing it, but now Peter Parker thinks of MJ, a woman he spent years with, slept with, did stuff with as his sister in a new Spider-Man comic. Like, that's his feelings for her, like those of a sister.
So let me get this straight. People want them to run it reversed, put back to where it was, back the way it was for years. But, you know, Marvel's response is, screw you.
Yes.
She's like his sister.
Yes, she's now a sister wife.
So what guy are they wanting to pair Spider-Man with?
That is a good question, because they have really made Peter Parker soft lately.
I'm just like, well, people have been trying to get the movies. They want the films to have him be like bisexual now and hook up with a dude and all this other stuff. So what man are they going to put him with?
That is a damn good question, and I kind of wondered that too.
I just said it out loud. You're all thinking it. I just said it.
Yeah, because this is current year Marvel and nothing matters, right?
I said the quiet part out loud.
So we're gonna talk about this. This is the latest issue of Amazing Spider-Man. I did watch Wes from Thinking Critical. I watched his review on it last night. My jaw like dropped. I'm like, oh my God, not only are they never walking it back, but a sister.
And he admits like, well, my love for her has changed.
Yeah, let's talk about this. Marvel, this is like literally everything wrong with current year comics. This is why people are leaving in droves. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants. Guys, over 295, almost 300,000 subs. Woo! Hit the subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. Make sure you're still subscribed because YouTube does some stuff sometimes. Stuff and things. So yeah, I got to give a hat tip to Wes. I saw it last night. He's like, this is like the worst Spider-Man comic ever written for so many reasons. I'm like, oh, I gotta watch this. Like, how is it the worst? Because there's some really bad Spider-Man comics lately. And he's like, oh my God, you're not going to believe this. And then here is the actual page from Frost the Heboden, Frost Tezuka 7. Thank you. This is what he says. I feel like what you want me to say is the exact opposite of what I should say. Now you do Black Cat.
Do I have to?
Yeah. Do a sexy cat voice.
Meow.
There you go.
Meow. 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 Meow.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Okay.
And he goes ...
Only I don't know how to do her voice.
Just do a voice. You're a woman. Do a woman voice.
Meow. Only one way to find out. Meow. What else to do? ... Mary Jane has been a part of my life for a long time. More than a part. She touched my pee-pee. Multiple times.
But she's more like a sister.
If you're that to me, I'm punching you.
Okay. Say it. Say her line. Say her line.
I'm just saying, nope.
A best friend.
Better, but...
I love her. I always have, and part of me always will. But I think that love has changed, you know? Like capital L to lowercase or the other way around. What? Whichever makes sense.
None of it makes sense. I can purr, though.
Do that. Then after this, they like get in the hot tub or something, and then he's probably thinking about his guy friends he can phone up and be like...
Are they trying to pair these two up?
They paired them up before. They've been together multiple times.
Well, then I mean,
she's
again.
Touched his pee-pee too, I think.
So who hasn't touched his pee-pee?
Aunt May. I hope.
Oh my God.
Well, I don't know. When she was giving him a bath as a baby, maybe. I don't.
I'm just like, so which Spider-Man villain is he going to want to sleep with now?
That is, Doc Ock has all the tentacles. Oh my God. So just to talk about like how bad, you have no idea how god-awful Spider-Man comics are.
I know about this.
The Doc Ock where, so Dr. Octopus was, or wait, no, it was the other way around. I don't know. Spider-Man and Doc Ock switched minds, and basically Peter had to like remember having sex with Aunt May because Doc Ock slept with Aunt May.
This is the mentality of what is going on in these comics. Like, I don't know.
So I can't imagine why comics aren't doing that well. Mainstream comics. Like, could you imagine them making a movie like this? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, any of it.
I want to know the brainstorm session that comes up with this shit.
I just,
you know what I always want to do? I always want to know what it was like to sleep with my hot aunt. Let's put that in the comic. Oh my God.
Oh my God. So, yeah, I mean, this whole thing just doesn't even, it doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. Like, I mean, for so many levels. So, yeah, apparently, and I noped out of Spider-Man years ago. I got to tell you, Spider-Man and the X-Men were the two comics, well, or actually multiple comics, but I read religiously late 80s, early 90s, like my heyday of comics. And actually, the entire time I read Spider-Man, Spider-Man was married. He'd already been married to MJ. So it was just accepted that, this was Spider-Man. He was married to MJ. And that was it. And it was kind of cool, And he wasn't the dork he was in the early... And I was actually kind of shocked when I went back and read, like, the 60s Spider-Man comics. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, my God, he was such a nerd. Because he wasn't. So geeky, I had to cut this part out. She was commenting on the dialogue. And she's like, that's something that you would do. Talking about writing, right?
No, I'm talking about if you got tangled up somewhere, you'd be like...
If I had spider powers.
Yeah, that's something you would do.
I probably would.
Once upon a time. Now you're too busy.
Once upon a time. Well, he's busy too. He fights crime and stuff. But this does not look like a brother-sister relationship. If it is, they're very, 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 very close.
That's creepy if it is. I have no words.
I don't even know what to say anymore. Because there is on no planet has their relationship ever been hinted at being platonic. They have been together for a very long time. They were one of the greatest love stories in comics, right up there with Lois Lane and Clark Kent.
Yeah.
And Marvel decided to ruin it. Now, One More Day, as I recall, it was like 10 years ago or something like that. They did it because they wanted Peter Parker to be younger and more relatable because movies. Basically, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna have him be young and single in the movies, so let's just reset that." And then they decided they were never gonna undo it, and they teased it. And I was kind of like, "Wait, if they're gonna undo One More Day, I might actually consider reading Spider-Man again." And they didn't do it. Apparently, I don't know what the hell's going on now because I don't read it because it's pure trash, and this is not gonna help anybody sell comics. I don't know why Marvel seems to hate married couples so much. I'm waiting for Reed Richards and Sue Storm to...
Yeah, they do. They just... Well, it's because they don't like marriage.
They don't like marriage. Because I think a lot of the people working on... I'll be honest. I think a lot of the people working on these comics are single and miserable and broke. And, we can't have a happily married couple because I can't see myself in a relationship.
And since I can't see myself, no one else can either.
No one else can either. If I can't be happy, Peter Parker's not allowed to be happy either. So fuck that guy.
That's probably what they want to do. So they're trying to write themselves in.
I'm with you. I think eventually, because there have been all this talk about, well, Peter Parker's kind of hinting at being bisexual. I'm like, when?
Doesn't matter if it was true or not. They just said so that makes it so.
Well, that was like Tim Drake. It's like there's never been a single time. And I used to read Batman too, and I used to read the Tim Drake. I was there when they introduced Tim Drake, or he had his own miniseries and stuff as Robin.
I wasn't there for any of it because I never did comics. Sorry,
I did lots of comics because I was a dork. But
I did lots of things that were dorky, but comics weren't one of them. Unless it was the little mini comics that came with Sheer dolls.
Yeah, they were kind of cool. Actually,
and they were.
Hey,
fun.
Here's a fun fact. Did you know that She-Ra and Catra were fighting over Bo in the original comics?
And the joke's on them. Does Bo liked Prince Adam probably?
He did. He wanted to ride a magic unicorn with Prince Adam. Yeah, but they were fighting over Bo. So it was like if Barbie had a nemesis. Does she have a nemesis? Does Barbie have like anti-Barbie?
I don't know about now. I don't remember it when I was a kid.
I don't know.
They all just got along.
Everybody got along. They have like
Barbie's nemesis was the feminists.
They didn't have like Barbie's bitch friend.
No.
Shayna, I don't know.
Barbie's nemesis is mostly, you know, the women's movement. Because they're like, how she'd break in half and her boobs are too big.
But all the Barbies look like that now. They're all like shaved heads and
they won.
Dummy thick thighs.
And then they don't sell when they're on the clearance rack because they won. Then her nemesis won.
Her nemesis won and destroyed the brand.
But I'm just saying that you said what's her nemesis? That was her nemesis.
Her nemesis was feminism.
Because they had this stupid idea that, you know, Barbie was, you know, somehow making girls hate their bodies and hate themselves and everything else. As a fat girl, I did not find that to be the case. I was more like, Barbie's an astronaut. I can be an astronaut. Barbie's a businesswoman. I can be a businesswoman. Barbie can do whatever. We girls can do anything, right, Barbie? Yes. Hell yes. That's what I remember.
Now Barbie's an Instagram influencer with a shaved head and
that's right.
Very thick thighs. But that's okay. You can be that if you want to be. Yeah, look, I don't even know what to say. I mean, this is like Marvel Comics are freaking dead at this point. Like there's no coming back. And Spider-Man was one of their best-selling titles. And again, I had a friend come in and say, "Hey, did you know Spider-Man's selling like 30,000 copies now?"
Yeah, I believe it. I wonder why.
Yeah, I can't imagine why Spider-Man's doing so bad. But you're not going to get people back. It'd be so easy to fix Marvel. It'd be so easy to fix DC. All you gotta do is hit the reset button and say,
It'd be easy to fix a lot of things in Hollywood, but they don't want to. No. Too many people are in positions that won't allow it.
Yeah, and that's just it. They would basically have to come in, clean house. On the comic side, just hit the reset button and be like, hey, the last 10 years, it didn't happen.
Because they're under the impression, too, that by fixing it, you mean it doesn't have diversity and inclusion, but it's had diversity and inclusion for years. A lot of this stuff has, and no one thought anything of it, that would be true diversity and inclusion when you have movies starring people that are different than you, and you don't even give it a thought. You're just like, oh, I can't wait to see that movie. That was a win, but you undid it, and now you're screaming about it.
Yeah.
Just, there you go.
I don't even know what to say. So we're going to wrap this one up. There we go, guys. The utter state of Marvel Comics. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll talk later.